don't know why I'm deciding to do this, but I'm kind of a little high. And I've just been watching this season of 90 Day Fiancé with my grandma. So I thought we would sit down and have some soup and talk about fucking 90 Day Fiancé, because this season has been a whole lot of motherfucking bullshittery. Let me tell you. First, let's clean you off. Hey. You look shiny and new. Let me get a bowl for my soup. Actually, I'm going to pop my little cornbreads in the oven. Little cornbread. Little cornbread. Little cornbread. Little baby cornbread. Okay, so let's start with old season and then we'll go up to new season. What I mean by that is, let's talk about Angela and Michael first. They're an old season that has been brought back to the new season. I think that he is too young for her. Just my opinion. I think that they are in love-ish. I think, you know, those kind of age gap relationships, especially when it involves somebody from a country like Nigeria, always a little bit suspicious. I'm sorry if that sounds wrong. But his mama wants her to have a baby, and that woman is in her 50s, honey. Okay, just being honest. Alright, let's talk about Tania and Sinjin first. I know it's Tanya, but I like saying Tania. Tanya. I fucking hate her, if you can't tell. I think she has a piss poor attitude. I think she brought this dude over here and was like, I'm going to bring him to America and I'm going to meld him into the person that I want him to become. Which is, I've been there. This is why I know. This is why I wanted to go on this rant. Because I feel like I am kind of similar to her, but she's also combating somebody who he seems like me as well. And you're just pitting two kind of similar but very opposite personalities. I'm seeing if it's still snowing. Hell yeah, it is. Which is kind of what my brain feels like sometimes, that there's two personalities and they're just clashing. But her going on that fucking like 1 month holistic no, honey. If I were him, I would have been like, can you wait? That was really asshole of her to decide that she was going to still go on that. Like, that's the only time that they have it ever. There's not one next year. Like, you couldn't wait a year. You waited for this man to come on a fiancé visa, and you have 90 days to be with him. Why, in the middle of it or at the beginning of it, are you just bouncing for a month and then getting pissed at him when he wants you to check in with him at night? She is an asshole. I do not like her. I do not like her, Sam I Am. I do not like Tanya in her mom she shed. I don't like her. Moving on. Let's talk about Michael and Juliana. Because at first I was like, really? Met on a fucking yacht party? Okay, girl. But the more that I get to know her through the season, and the more that I get to know Michael's wife through the season, man, they are awesome. And from the little like live streams that I've seen of Michael's ex-wife, she is a fucking hoot and a holler. Like, if I had to marry somebody who was still kind of had to be close to their ex-wife because of, you know, children or something like that. Oh my God, if you could pick somebody that is as cool as Michael's ex-wife, like, I think everyone would choose the cool-ass ex-wife, you know? So I really like Juliana. I really like his ex-wife. I don't really love Michael. He kind of seems like a little bit of a dick. A little bit of like a, you know, he wants things his way. Kind of like Tania, but in a more manipulative, I'm a man way. Not to be sexist or anything. But I feel like, well, especially with dating such a young woman, it's a little bit easier. Oh, I have a Pepsi in here. I usually don't drink soda, but I'm not drinking alcohol tonight, so. Ooh, fresh Pepsi. I know a lot of people hate Pepsi. Fuck off. Ooh, instant hiccups. No matter what soda it is that I drink. So I like them. I think they're a pretty genuine couple. The questions about her being a prostitute, those are just normal questions for the K-1 visa applicants of her country. So they kind of made that a stupid big deal. That is just TLC's bullshit editing. Okay, moving on. Oh my god. Talk of Mike. We're going to go to Mike and Natalia in Kiev, Ukraine. This shit was doomed from the beginning. I'll just say that. Like, she is freshly divorced. Your friend married a Ukrainian. They were friends. Now you're trying to marry your friend's wife's friend. Because, I mean, that would be cute. That's a cute little romance story. But I think there were a lot of issues from the get-go. Including, like, his debt. The difference of, like, where they live. Kiev, Ukraine versus Sequim, Washington. I love listening to other people who do these review videos. When I say Sequim, it's Squim, bitch. Squim. Like swim, but squim. Just very different lifestyles. Her just being divorced. I mean, dude lost the weight, but dude gained some of the weight back. Sorry. These reviews are going to be brutal. Or whatever I decide to do with these little smashed. Maybe this will be for the Smash channel. I don't know. Because this is like, I'm way over here, you're way over there. This is just with an iPhone. I'm going to eat a fucking bowl of chili. I've been cursing up a storm. I'm sure Mrs. Wojcicki would be very pleased to know that. Where were we? Mike and Natalie. The questions that he asked her, I was like, ooh, bitch. He is a Barutsky. He is not messing around. Girl, have you ever applied with anyone else for a K-1 visa? And her face was like, bitch, I will cut you right now. If you guys have not seen this show, I highly recommend it. It's kind of my trashy Sunday entertainment, and then I talk to my grandma on the phone and we gossip about the last episode. And sometimes my sister watches too, and my sister and I will text about it and just be like, oh my effing god. What is going on? The religion thing, like, if he knew that she was such a God-fearing woman to begin with, like, he shouldn't have tried to fucking marry her. You can't, I don't think that you can have a successful marriage when the people have two differing religious viewpoints, especially as drastic as, I believe in aliens versus I believe in God. Let me save your soul, Mikey. Excuse me? I was just like, really? She just said that she feels it's her responsibility to save his soul. If you guys haven't seen the show, you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but she said that. Does no man or no other, I don't know. I guess that's what religious people think, is that it's their responsibility to save other people's souls, but I feel like if you go by really how the Bible is, they have to make that decision on their own, and they can't just be like forced into it. I.e., I won't marry you unless you accept God into your heart. And the Russian church that they went to, or the Ukrainian church that they went to, ooh, scary. Scary. I think we should talk about Mursel and what's her face? Anna. I want to kiss you, Anna. That kind of language barrier. That you literally cannot communicate unless you have an iPhone in your fucking hand. Excuse me. And you're like genuinely planning on getting married. You're gonna marry a person that you have to talk to through iPhone? Why has he not taken any English classes? There are apps for that, to like learn English. Just like any language. She could learn Turkish, you know. Hiding children from your parents. Boy. He really wanted to get married and never tell his parents until they were on their deathbed that he's marrying a woman that has children. You guys think this is dramatic. This is kind of why I started in the order that I started it in. We're gonna work our way from least dramatic couples, kind of, because Angela and fucking, oh my god, it's so dramatic. We're gonna work our way up to the juiciest, which, I'll wait till the reveal. I mean, that was just a mess, and she had like teenage kids. They weren't like toddlers. So I think his thing was 10 years. That's when the youngest one would have been 18. So he wouldn't really have had to tell his parents anyway. I don't know. I just felt like he was a real asshole for that one. And then he finally told his parents, because she said, I won't marry you unless you tell them. And what do the parents say? The mom on the phone was like, come home. She's fooled you. She's tricked you. At that moment, he could have said, like, I knew the whole time I was lying to you. But of course, he would never say that. So he gave up and walked away. I honestly thought, because there's been so many rumors going on online, that they got married. So I honestly thought that he was gonna like not get on the plane or something. But according to the last episode, he got on that mother effing plane. There is a Turkish mother effer on this mother effing plane who cannot speak a mother effing lick of mother effing English. Does anyone remember snakes on the plane? Next couple, let's talk about Blake and what's her name? Jasmine. Let me Sorry, I had to text massage. Let me just tell you. You met a girl on a dating app whose sister lives very close to you. And the sister got here on the, like, Visa lottery. You have what seems like absolutely jack effing shit in common. She went to your concert, and this witch was just sitting up on the table, in the tables, like, just sitting there. Like, girl, if you want to make it look like you actually care about him and like him, show some enthusiasm. And he always has an excuse for her. Just like, they're not like that over there. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's about the relationship with you that you have with that person. It doesn't matter where they're from, or if you have those kind of fundamental differences, that she does not drink. She thinks it's gross. You like to drink. She doesn't want to go to the club. You are at the club doing your shows. He picked the wrong one, sis. He picked the wrong effing one. She picked the right one. Because she's like, ooh, I got a winner chicken dinner. I only have to be with him for 2 years, and then we can get a divorce, and I can get a green card. Sure. He lives close to my sister. I get to be with my sister. Just Jesus. Scam. They weren't on the episode this last week. Sasha and Emily. If you guys watch the show, you will know there is only one couple left. Anyway, Sasha and Emily. This man has not one, not two, now 3 children with 3 different women, 2 of them being Russian, the 3rd being Little Miss Emily from Portland, Oregon. Girl, does nobody believe in condoms anymore? That's what I don't understand. Is like, were you trying to have a baby? Did he want to try to have a baby? It just seems like maybe he doesn't like condoms. Use a condom. What are you doing? Won't somebody please think of the children? There's too many children as it is, especially in Russia. There's a lot of adoption agencies where a lot of very poor, very sick children go very unloved, and it makes me super sad. So, I'm not a huge fan of the Russian birthing system. They come over here. He wants to be a personal trainer. He goes to her sister's house, and she's like a little chunky. Who has that much pound cake? He pulled out like 2 different trays of pound cake from the fridge. There were Twinkies and Ho-Hos. Like, I mean, I've got some junk food, but I don't have fucking Twinkies and Ho-Hos and shit. I have like nice chocolate bars and peanut M&Ms. I don't know. The worst thing I have is like some like sour straws or something like that. But he's like throwing all the sister's food away, and the sister is getting pissed because she's like, this is food. And he's like, this is not food, this is garbage. I found that whole interaction pretty funny. Sorry if that offends anybody, but if you're kind of a little bit of a health nut freak and you see somebody who is a little bit overweight and they say like, oh yeah, I want help to lose weight. That's one way to shock them, is to fucking throw away all their junk food and be like, look at all this shit you have. I mean, if I pulled out all of the chocolate and stuff I'd have in my house, I'd probably be disappointed in myself. Sister was pissed, just as I'm sure many other people would be. I just think from what it seemed, she was like, I want help to get in shape. It didn't seem like he was overstepping. I mean, he was overstepping her boundaries by throwing the shit away, but... Last but not motherfucking least, Robert and Annie. This is the most dramatic couple on this season. I swear to God. I swear to God. Just like Tanya. I know it's Tanya. Just like Tanya. I wanted to make this video because of Robert and Annie. Run, girl. Run. Run. He has not one, not two, not three. Oh, you thought I was gonna stop at 4? Oh no, bitch. He got 5 kids by 4 different women. What the F? And she didn't know about it until a day before their K1 interview. That's what I don't understand. Is like he blatantly hid that from her until the very last minute he could. And then he told her, bitch, if she didn't have to know, do you think he would have honestly told her he had 5 kids? He had 5 kids by 4 different women. And one of them he has like full custody of and takes care of and sleeps with in his own bed. I do not think that if she had known all that before she got to America, she would even come. And I think that's kind of evident with the fact that like he told her not to bring clothes. He was like, I'll get you new clothes and stuff. And then takes her to the thrift store. Like, dude, you couldn't even have taken her to, like, Forever 21. Or, like, some mall stores. You have to take her to, like... I mean, it looked like it was nicer than a Goodwill, but... that was kind of disrespectful. That shows you where you place her on your pedestal of, like, how to spend your money. Which, you have 5 kids to take care of. Of course you can't spend that money. And he renewed his lease, so he couldn't leave his new apartment, or the old apartment that he had, for another year. When he knew she was coming to America. He seems very shady. I think he's deceitful. The mother-in-law or the grandma of his child that lives with him is a porn star, which is fine. Whatever. But her daughter dipped out of the scene. And now porn star Granny and her husband, who is a silver fox, let me tell you, they like part-time take care of the kid, which I'm like, do you have the kid all the time, or did they part-time take care of the kid? Because they're making it seem like he's sleeping in the bed with them every single night of the week. And if Porno Granny and Silver Fox Grandpa take care of the kid so much, how are they not getting any boom boom? I don't understand that one. I don't get it. His sister, 2 episodes ago, was like, Annie, do you know Robert is poor? And she's like, no, I don't know. He hid that from her until she was already here. And if you go back on the K1 visa, you have to reapply again. Unless you get married. So, I think he is definitely shady as shit. I do not care for Robert. I have not liked his greasy ponytail since the moment it walked on my screen. I was like, oh, please. You should be washing the Uber, not driving it. I don't know. You are skeezy. I would be creeped out if he was my Uber. He swindled her hard. He played her until she was coming. Or until she came. And then he's like, oh, all these things. I can't do any of them, girl. And then he gets mad at her. That's what I don't understand. And that's what the preview for the next episode was like everyone getting pissed at her for like being so needy and wanting things. But it's very clear to me that he promised her shit. And bitch, you don't promise a woman like her, a Dominican woman, you'll not promise them things and not come through. Okay, honey? She will cut him. I am not afraid of that. May not be physical, but bitch is gonna cut him. Probably mentally. Ooh. Excuse me. And that's what he gets for playing with knives. He's gonna get stabbed. I'm gonna watch this to see if this is even worth posting on YouTube. If you enjoyed it, hey, I love different types of shows, so I do want to do different types of reviews like this. I've only been intoxicated by one tiny little bong rip. Is that salt in my bong? I think it is. I think it is. Oh no, I did not clean thoroughly enough. My goodness. So I'm not that intoxicated, but I just wanted to rant about 90 Day Fiancé because I feel personally wronged by Robert. I just don't like him. I don't like him, and I think Annie needs to run. I think she deserves better. Anna and Mursel, I'm glad he went back to Turkey. They should not get married. She deserves a man who actually speaks her language, as do her children. Jasmine and Blake, oh, such a mess. Run, Blake. Run, Blake. Jasmine's a see you next Tuesday. Michael and Juliana, God bless. Beautiful couple. She's stunning. Tania and Sinjin. She needs to go sit on a rusty fork. Then we've got Mike and Natalie. I think that's a failed relationship. I think that is done. So, and then last but oh so not least, Michael and Angela. Good motherfucking luck. That's what I gotta say to that. I wasn't just gonna turn it off, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you like to see more. I'll probably do another one of these after the season ends and we get the, you know, where are they now, whatever, tell-all episode. Very interested to see how that goes. I freaking hate Tania. I'm sorry. She's an asshole. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.